Hey, what's up everybody? I'm going to try and talk quiet here because I know this thing's got a really strong mic, and found out the hard way a couple times that because of the camera placement on these glasses, you gotta kind of look towards the ground so to catch the top of it. I kept showing just the top of the bike, and I want to show the whole freaking bike. So anyways, this is one that I've been wanting to show for a while. Definite mega score at my Golden Valley swap meet. Just to find one that is not fucked up, that's in still good shape. As this thing, other than what I've done to it, when I got it, it was all original. Everything on it original. Even the tires and the tubes is replaced the tires there with some all-terrain, but the tubes are the original ones from 1972. Really well made on every part of this bike. Got to give the company, I guess the company is Velomos, and then the type of bike it is a Repedo. I think this is an RF03. I'll have to recheck my site. I found a foreign site that was showing all of them, and like a lot of stuff, this is one to where the first couple of bikes were like this, really nice with all the extras, like keeping the headlight on it there, which everything works, but to make this one unique, it also had a rear tail light on the fender that's just bolted onto it, which works. It's just the red plastic cover was off of it, the reflective part, and that's the only thing that was broken on this bike. It had original white ball tires, which were also made in Czechoslovakia, like the bike. That's one thing I've noticed on it. It's definitely one that's really made for living in small town, city, or whatever, as seems to be either really scarce or rare on this particular bike, because I had a bitch of a time trying to find it. I was finding all the other ones that are pretty much just British, that everything is just made really good. Really heavy steel frame. It's definitely got some weight to it. It's not like the newer folding bicycles to where it's aluminum, so you can pick it up easy. This thing's got heft, which for me is good because I'm a big guy. And it's about the size of a BMX on the frame size, as the tires I got were basically for a BMX bike. They do have some to where the wheels are even smaller. In fact, on my trip to Lake Havasu yesterday, I didn't pick it up because the lady that worked there was being a ditz. It's a freaking thrift store, so you should be able to negotiate a little bit on the price if you think it's too high. She didn't want to budge on it. She was saying, "Oh, that's the manager, and he's the only one that lets us do anything on the prices," which he's not here. So how do you get the prices negotiated? But they were wanting $125 for that one, which this paid $80 for it. The guy was originally wanting $100 and said, "Hey, take $80," and he was happy as hell with that, which tells me the bike was sitting there for a while. But on stuff I've taken off is had to do with the tire size, as these are a little bit wider, so the rear fender was hitting it just a little bit, enough to where I didn't want the metal slicing into it, which is weird because the front one clears it great, so just weird placement on that. Then it did have a luggage rack to the back of it, painted white like the chain guard there, so all that stuff I had to remove, which in a way I like the look of it better this way than with all that stuff on it. As you can see, it's got a front and rear handbrakes. Doesn't have the coaster brake or whatever. If I can get this lined up good. It's got the old school style 3-speed type shift on it, to where when you flip the little shifter, which I'll show you a close-up of that here pretty soon, it just pulls a little lever which puts tension on a rod that goes through the wheel, and I guess depending on the amount of tension is what speed you're going to be doing. And you can see on the seat there, and the seats, everything on this is unique. The seat, that is covered in leather. It's just painted multicolor, and I thought it was a vinyl until I flipped it over and saw the edge of it leather. So that's pretty cool, and the seat's in great shape for its age. Just need to do just a little bit of polishing on the rivets there as they're kind of rusted up. As you can see, hanging off the back of it, it's a small leather tool pouch. Has all the original tools, and unlike most bikes to where pretty much the tool they give you is one to adjust the seat post and then the height of the handlebars and whatnot on the gooseneck, and then maybe take off the wheels. This has 2 wrenches. One of them was just a few different sizes built into it, as it's just a flat piece of metal with it all cut into it, and then another one that's like a freaking Swiss Army looking wrench. It makes it to where you can take the entire bike apart. I mean, literally take the entire bike apart. I've never seen something like that on a new bicycle, let alone an old one. And I thought this was older. I didn't realize that it was only from 1972, but still old enough to where the condition is just unbelievable. So, I'll show you the front of it here, actually. Show you all the little gadgetry. Try and get it lined up here. That is a 3-speed Shimano shift there, just lever type. That is the original bell that came with it, and where I found the word Velamos is on this copper accents added onto the bell. That is all thick steel. Still works, kind of, sort of. I need to move it back some. Okay, I won't show you the fucking bell. Gotta move it back, the grip's in the way. And original handbrakes, which are all steel, not aluminum or anything. And all the tool pouch here. Just enough room to hold all the tools, which is basically just the 2 wrenches. Loosening up the seat post and the handlebars here. As you can see, there's a little post on top. There's a hole going through it, and they gave like a Allen wrench type tool that you just stick through there, and then you can loosen that up. And the head of the gooseneck here, that rotates to the left or right, so you can have everything flat to fold it up. The thing that's very unique, I've never seen it on a bicycle before, but if you take that seat post all the way out, there is a bicycle pump hidden in there that's one of the metal piston types, and the pump gives pressure, but I don't know if a piece broke off or bit the dust or what, but there's nothing left in it to push on the valve stem, but it does give pressure, so the pump is still possibly fixable, and it's set up to where the hose on it just pulls out of the pump and then kind of locks in place, so everything's compact. And then front and rear lights work. That is the original generator, and that is a very nicely made generator. It's not plastic or aluminum, that is solid steel. And I had one of those on a bicycle back in the 80s, 10-speed or whatever, and I gotta say it was at least twice the size of that. And just looking at it, it's made really well. It's just got a couple screws on the bottom of it, one to ground it out. Oh, wait, no, it doesn't. It doesn't ground out through the wires. It grounds out through all the mounts on the frame or whatever. And then it's just got one screw for the wire going up to the headlight, and then another one to where you can run wire to the tail light. So, show you guys how it Unfolds here. Hopefully that's lined up. You just unscrew this knob. Flip that out. Then, as shown there, it just bends in the middle. Where you can totally fold it flat. And if you guys just went deaf, that was one of our local fucking rednecks. How my cats are still alive, I don't know, man. They fucking haul ass on my street. Goddamn idiots. Anyways, that's pretty much all I can show you on this. And one that I saw in Lake Havasu. God, man, crazy looking. Not built anywhere near as good as this, especially on the frame. I'd say that the frame and the wheels, it was like a little kid's bike, but just stretched out to where you can raise up the gooseneck and the seat post really freaking high. Just trying to remember what type of brand it was. It was one that was made out of California. I think the date on it was 1985, and that one folded up a hell of a lot smaller. It didn't have this single bar here on the frame. It looked like a regular stretched out BMX type frame, and then it folded in two parts of the frame, and then had a bar coming up about 5 inches from the bar for the seat post going up to the handlebars, like a support type bar. But that one, it had a sticker on it to give how much weight it can use, and it said 250 pounds max. So somebody like me would probably crush it like a fucking coffee table. This thing, no problem. I could probably gain another 50 pounds and still be able to ride this, because it's all just solid steel. So don't want to go too long on this camera here. I have no idea how the file size is going to be, so I'll stop it here, and hopefully this will come out alright. It's kind of, you got to get used to almost looking at the ground because of the placement of the camera lens. And plus I'm 6'2", so that doesn't make it easy. So hopefully I got the whole bike in frame. So catch you guys later.